Hey everyone, the Bushidoviking here. I've been at work all day and I just got back and I watched the stream on my lunch while I was there, but I really wanted to make a video talking about the new patch, the new changes that are going to happen, what we can expect from it, how I think it's going to affect the gameplay a little bit. That's more of a comments thing and that could be a whole other video. But here on the Reddit, we have SDF 1998, so big shout out to you for writing down everything that happened here during the patch. So us at work or at school and stuff that couldn't actually watch it could actually read it. So I'm going to start off with a bit of the trinkets and the like, the things that are going to affect your profile more so. The cosmetic effects, I guess would be the term. So with seasonal events, you have the Mahakam Ale Fest. It includes 3 exclusive challenges and 2 difficulties, introducing new event-exclusive cards and already known ones with different abilities, fully voiced, rewarded in ore for the standard, powder for the advanced bracket, so you have 3 brackets for standard, 3 for advanced. They showed that in the stream. You'll get an avatar if you beat the standard one, and then you'll get the border and title if you beat the advanced one. And this event lasts for 14 days. So what I expect that to be is, if you've ever played Hearthstone or something like that, it's going to be something similar where you have like specific cards set for those like brawl events or whatever. So yeah, it's cool. First Gwent event, an avatar that you get just for playing it, or you get just for playing it and meteorite powder when you play it on advanced. So it's going to be a new game mode for a little while, which is pretty exciting. And when I say new game mode, I mean just something different to play aside from the challenges, and then either ranked or casual. So very exciting. The refund system. When the patch launches, there'll be a 72-hour time frame in which you can mill nerf cards for the full scrap and powder value, as expected with every patch that they've done, at least as long as I've played, and I've played since beta, well, closed beta. You've been able to scrap whatever they changed for full value back. So it's kind of cool because if something was already kind of like OP or broken at the time, you could kind of make it, and then when they changed it, you could just refund it back and get exactly what you wanted. So that's pretty cool. And I would check your collection for sure if you might already have some of these cards that get milled and maybe you weren't even using them. That's a lot of free scraps to make something else, so I would definitely look into that. And the cards I mentioned later are the ones that will be changed, so keep an eye out for those. Challenges. Completing the challenges will be rewarded in experience from now on. Oh, okay, that's actually really cool. I didn't catch that. Yeah, if you started and you did the challenges, which I would recommend to do first as a new player to get every leader, because you used to have to actually craft those. That's really cool, though, because now you actually get experience, which means you'll get kegs just from leveling up and doing that. Really cool. That's really cool that they added that. Player profile. You can now choose a favorite card or card back. That's cool because it just shows a little personalization. Everyone has to have the Geralt card as their background now. I remember them talking on stream that you'll be able to use the actual back of a faction, and then you can choose the cards you want. So it could be like monsters, and then whatever I wanted it to be, Geralt, I guess, if I wanted that, or Geralt Ard or something. So that's really cool. It just shows if you're friends with people. It's just more showing off of like what you're about, what faction you like to play. Not that we can't already see those stats, but I like the flair and the personalization. It's a lot of fun. Bug fix. The game shouldn't crash after resurrecting a card. Great, because that just sucks when that happens. Starter pack. Fix the description to state that it contains a choice of 3 legendary premium cards. Yeah, when I saw the starter pack initially, I just straight out bought it because I was like, okay, well, I'm going to want this. And then I got Vabjorn from it because he was a premium one and he really looks cool. And I didn't know that they were all going to be premium. It's cool that they mention it now, but basically if you're new to Gwent, just go ahead and pick that up. It's like $5. If you're actually going to play somewhat and you're going to have fun with it, I would recommend it because honestly, $5, I think it's $5. I think it's $4.99. It might be $9.99. But regardless, it's a ton of value. You get a premium legendary card. I believe it's 10 kegs. And a certain amount of meteorite powder, which makes the premium card. So, I mean, it's cool stuff. Definitely look into that if you're going to take the game any sort of seriously, or you just want to have more cards to play with. General change. 40 cards have been changed to be agile in preparation for the next major update. So probably something that's going to affect rows. For those of you that don't know, agile means you can select the row that it goes on. So it's not stuck to ranged, melee, or siege. It's an interesting choice. I know a lot of people were upset with it. I will kind of be. I don't know. I have to wait to see how I really feel about it yet. I haven't had to fight with it yet. I haven't had to do anything against it yet. I know a lot of people are saying that this will affect weather more, and yeah, it's interesting. They did something more with weather. I'll get into that in a second. But it's just an interesting change. I don't think it's necessarily bad yet. That's would be my thought on it. Future, but not in this patch. The current season will end at the end of October. The next major update will contain 20 new cards. Very exciting. Tech changes, including forging deck builder with the collection and hinted changes regarding agility. Well, see, I actually like that because now when we're like building decks and it's like, oh, I really could use this Imperial Manticore silver card in my deck, but I don't have it. You can actually craft it right there and then just put it straight in your deck. And that's kind of something that needs to be in the game, honestly, because it sucks having to go out of a window into your other window, into the mill, into like the having to craft it, and you can just all do it in one section. And it's just going to make it seem more streamlined, and that's a bit overdue as is. So, patch launch official soon. Estimated in 18 hours since stream. I saw that on the stream. I was actually one of the people who commented on the Reddit about it. That it said 18 hours since then. So, balance and card changes. Now there aren't many, so luckily this should be pretty quick. But then I'll give my opinion on it. So, First Light, clear skies, boost all damaged allies under weather by 1, and clear all weather from your side. That's what people were saying, like, rip gold weather. I saw a lot of that in chat when we were watching it. Like Ragnarok, Drought, all that. Yeah, I'm not too upset by the change. I think it'll have people maybe run it a bit more. I run, like, the mages more for clear skies. I assume it actually works the same way with that. I don't know. I'll have to see it to see how it affects the meta. Unfortunately, I really like Eridan. I like the Wild Hunt archetype a lot, and you run Frost a lot in that. So I feel like I'm going to be taking another nerf to that, which is really unfortunate for me as a player, but I don't think it will affect the meta too hard, aside from, like, the Herald Skellige that runs Drought and stuff. I've even been watching Northern Realms play Golden Weather as I was getting up higher on the ladder. Like 17, 18, 16, or right around there. I'm not at 20 just yet, but I was really surprised by that. So, I mean, interesting decision. Marigold's Hailstorm won't affect gold cards anymore. Yeah, okay. There was like a lot of people really upset about this because we definitely expected a Marigold's Hailstorm nerf, and I don't think that was the nerf people were really expecting. Like, the problem is like, it's a stronger Lacerate, but Lacerate is a bronze card, but like, Hailstorm's ridiculously powerful, right? Because it just nukes everything by half. Insane. Interestingly enough, Unseen Elder was the card that came to my mind about this, because I'm like, oh, okay, Unseen Elder kind of got a buff in that sense, because now when you consume, you won't just get Hailstorms, when you're ridiculously strong after consuming 3 of your monsters. So that's cool. I don't think this will affect it all too much, though, because like, gold cards usually don't get stacked. They usually don't get too fat. So maybe decks will be more around building that now. Like, I mean, I guess if it was like an alchemy thing and like you could just swallow potion your gold units because they wouldn't. But it's still susceptible to Scorch. It's still susceptible to other ways of killing it. So, I don't know. This nerf feels really weird to me. I still think it's a extremely powerful card, and I don't think it's going to affect it that much in terms of if we're going to see it in decks, because it's still really good. So until something's built around that, I just plan to see it still. I still plan to see it. Still a neutral silver card that's really strong. It's going to be in a lot of decks. The Dunbanner Heavy Cavalry, power changed from 8 to 7, now Agile, was Siege. So we already knew in Northern Realms that the Dunbanner Heavy Cavalry combo was pretty ridiculous. It was like a 26 power swing with Shani into Stennis, which brings out the Cavalry, which hits the Stennis, which gets 10 armor. So it's like a 26 power swing and like 1 card, which is Shani. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. That was insane. But now he just got nerfed down by 1 point. and he's now agile. So in that sense, it's more of a buff because he can go on any row. The thing is when the cavalries had to go onto the siege row, that was the row you hailstormed. Like, that's what we knew. That was like, okay, these are your cards that are going to get fat. This is why we saved the hailstorm. This is what we drop it on. So now that they can go on any row, like, it's not really that big of a nerf to them, I don't think. It's still going to be really strong with Redanian Elite. It's still going to be really strong with Trollolol. I don't think it was that big of a nerf. They did need a base power nerf, though. I would have even been fine with 6 or 5, to be honest. But, I mean, I'm not in charge of this, and it's not terrible. We'll just see where it goes. I just don't think it's going to be as powerful of a nerf as I think they think it is. But it's because it goes into these other combos. So, hold on. So, Dijkstra now has a power change from 3 to 4. So as a spying unit, that's good for your enemy because he's stronger. He's still ridiculously good. That 1 point difference is not going to make too much of a difference probably. You still get your 2 cards, and obviously if he still dies during that, it will not draw the second card, but still a ridiculously powerful card and a staple, and you're going to see it plenty. Prince Stennis will gain 3 instead of 5 armor on deploy. Okay, so he's a 3 with 3 armor. Still strong because he still does the same exact deploy effect other than that. So he still pulls out a card, still helps thin, still really strong. But if we did it with the Dunban or Heavy Cavalry, if we just did that, it would be 7, 8, 9, 10 instead of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's where these nerfs are starting to hit each other with these combos. The big one here was Shani, because she will give 2 instead of 5 armor to the unit she revives. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, wow, that is ridiculous, because that's pretty heavy, because what she would do is she would summon Stennis. So what we're going to do now is the combo was, like I said, Shani into Stennis into Heavy Cavalry. So now we're going to do it. So Shani gets Stennis. So she gives him 2 armor. He has 3, so he has his base deploy armor of what he had. So he'll just have 5 armor. So the combo now is, she's still 5, so 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now a 20-point turn instead of a 26-point turn. It's not nearly as ridiculous. A lot of cards get that type of value. Like, look at Woodland Spirit, for instance. Like, that's creates weather, has that, the Wolves, usually pulls out 2 Harpies if you built your deck around that, and pulls out a Foglet. So there's other things that happen like that in other factions. I don't think that one's nearly as bad now. I don't think this is going to hurt Northern Realms as much as everyone thinks it might on, like, first impressions. You can still pull out Trollolol, and he just will have 2 more armor, so he's still ridiculous. So I don't think it'll be that crazy. Ninika won't be able to shuffle special cards, and she's now agile. She used to be stuck to siege. Yeah, you can't put your Commander's Horn back in after using it, then doing John Natalis to pull out your Commander's Horn again. You're not going to be able to do that now. I'm okay with this. I think it's a good nerf. They didn't nerf her power or anything. They made her agile, which is technically a buff. It is technically a buff. And I don't think being able to Commander's Horn twice and being able to guarantee that you pull it out, I don't know. I don't have an issue with that. I feel like this is a fine nerf. I'm completely okay with this. Foltest, power changed from 4 to 5. Cool. Foltest is probably the least played Northern Realms leader. It's not even maybe. He is. He is the least played Northern Realms leader. He is specifically weaker because Henselt has his combo ability. The thing is, if you shut down his combos, then he's a dead card, whereas Radovid is just crazy value, 6 power, has his 2 locks. It's just he's super good. Like, everyone knows why they're two of these leaders are so good. With Foltest, he was always kind of like, that power is really fun, and it's fun with the blue stripe scout, and you're pulling that out, so everything's getting buffed by 1. I like this change. I'm on board with it. Foltest is a really fun leader because you can play him first turn if you want, or you can wait and get that surprise buff. I'm on board with this. I like it a lot. Aretuza Adept, now agile with Siege. Only a buff. Okay? Like, once again, just a buff. Now, a big Skellige player, I really enjoy playing them, but this Restore returns a bronze or silver unit. Previously, and on crate a Turasek or a Demon, which was like the type of clans, from your graveyard to your hand, and set its base power to 10. Previously strengthen the unit by 2, then play a card from your hand. So return a bronze or silver unit from your graveyard to your hand and set its base power to 10. Then play a card from your hand. So, I don't really. Okay, so like the Raiders always get really strong, but if you set that in, if you play that, you pull it to your hand. That's actually a nerf, but I'm trying to think of like cards that wouldn't be doomed. So like, let's say you discarded a Priestess of Freya, right? Why would you do that? First of all, though, like that's the thing. Like I like that you have the option to do it, I guess, but I wouldn't really do it. But now you can get it into 10 Priestess of Freya, and you can res something like your Raider. So let's say at this point with Veteran going on, it's the 3rd round. You played that, got your 10 power Priestess out, played that, then you get out your Raider. Well, let's say he's at like 16 by that point. That's a 26 power swing. We're talking about what like the potential of what Shani was, and this is off. Technically, it's a combo of just a silver card, and then that's a bronze. I mean, that's pretty good. That's actually really good. The thing is it going to be enough to put Skellige really back on the map? I don't know yet. I'm going to have to do some experimenting with decks, and we'll see where it goes. I'm really excited to see what people might try to do with this. Queen's Guard, that would be cool. Like, if you put one of your Queen's Guards back, and then you play that. Yeah, okay, I'm starting to see it a little bit more. That could be pretty fun. But we'll see. I don't think Queen's Guard's combo in that way, so maybe not, but it'll be a lot of fun. Alright, so that's all we have for the update here. If you want to watch me stream sometime, I'm on twitch.tv/Bushidoviking. I've been playing Gwent a lot more. I plan to do more videos based on more Gwent. I'm going to actually go over some guides. I'll show some gameplay videos and the decks I've made. You can watch me climb the ladder when I stream. I might do some videos on that if it's requested and asked. I'm not sure if that's what people would want to see, unless you're just watching me stream. But thanks again for SDF 1998 for this awesome list. Really appreciate it. And you all have a great time and a great night. And good luck playing out in the Gwent world.